It's the 1st of June, 10 o'clock, 17 degrees, supposed to be a lot colder today and rain, sun shining, hot. I give you a drink and everything. Do you want another drink? She's hot, this place is hot. So I don't know, I want the coat on because there's more pockets in it. I brought it all, I was carry camping last night, so I couldn't bring 100 coats with me. We're at the Aurora Leisure Centre. But we're not going to the Leisure Centre. We're going to Bangor Castle, which is over there. That's the walled garden. So Bangor Castle would have been a private estate at one time. And that's the walled garden belonging to it. And I don't think the walled garden's open yet. Don't know what time it opens up. But I'll tell you what, this is like the overflow car park here. Part of the roof came off during the last storms, and they're fixing the roof. And big modern building. Building looks spectacular from outside. But let up! Let up! What up this way? I heard one shouting. I thought, I hope Luna's not involved in that. She's innocent. So we're going to go around all the trees and all now this morning. I want to see this roof here. It's a massive big roof, like the whole roof didn't come off. Part of the section of the roof came off, so about a fifth of it has been replaced. They're working at it. So a bit of that car park's closed, and that's forcing cars up here. But for 10 o'clock on a Sunday, how many sporty people has Bangor got? Hey, it's busy in the town centre. The town centre's empty. The beach is empty. They're all up here, look at that there, all the young ones. All sporty up around this way. So we'll walk around these outer meadows now and make our way then to the castle and the trees, and then we'll come around then, hopefully the wee garden will be open. Waiting for some wee counselor to come with a bunch of keys to turn the lock. Plenty of money spent here. See, big repairs in Bangor, they have the money. They're the poor folk over there in them houses. Bet you them houses are expensive too. But plenty of big houses. Saying that, like Port Rush and all, Coleraine, they don't have a big leisure centre like that. And that councils and they're a bit short of cash down that way. So there's plenty of land here for expansion. Look at the bonfire over there, boys. Big bonfire over there. It's taller than the houses now at the minute. It's actually taller than the roof of the two-storey houses. That might be worth investigating now, Luna. I know some parts to do the world's biggest bonfire, but that's the biggest I've seen. It's not just the height, it's the width. It's near the width of 4 rows of houses. Now maybe they're still building it, and maybe, you know what, it's on a hill. Is it on a hill, is it? I don't know. There's more wooden all lying over there. Best of pallets there, but worth a wee investigation, I reckon. I've never walked this part of the Leisure Centre before. Let's just say we'll go back to the trees. It's the trees we're coming for. Oh, and once we're in the trees, it'll be a wee bit cooler. But what's that wee bonfire there and the big one over there? And they're competing with each other. It's what I wonder here. So over here, this is traditionally how you would build a bonfire. Not that I'm an expert in building bonfires. I'm not actually for bonfires anymore now in my older age, because see all this timber lying, it's 6 weeks before they light this, and all that timber's lying there, and it's all wee insects, wee snails, slugs, everything goes on it. You know, that pallet over there is lying there maybe 7 weeks, and look at all the wee animals, all the wee insects that die once you light that thing. And it's purely on animal rights grounds. Now, as far as environment goes, people used to throw sofas and all, and there's still the odd sofa there. But mainly now they are using wood. So the environment wise, and I say that, if that was taken to recycling, they would take out their power station and they burn it to make electricity. While here you're not getting electricity. But there, that's how you build it there. You put your pallets around in a circle and then you fill all in the middle up with crap. So all the loose debris and stuff is put in the middle. And you keep your pallets outside. And then apparently, this is all, back in my time was none of this. No organisation, was no, they're becoming experts at building bonfires now. There's a thing to it. Some good furniture in there, boys. Eh? Then what you do, and you light the bonfire from the top, not the bottom. In my day, young boys would light the bonfire from the bottom, and then she toppled over. You go, oh, she toppled over. Just hope it didn't kill anybody. But now they light them from the top, and then it burns down, and then you can drink the whole night. And the bonfire still keep you warm in the morning. Right, now we're going to see this big boy up here. Why is there two bonfires? We'll find out. I'll put her in the lead now because I'm in a housing estate. Well, where I used to live, normally what would happen is was always the young boys. You'd have a couple of older boys, they organised things like, but all they do was throw the petrol on and do the drinking. And then the young boys then, once they got the summer holidays, they would go around with wheelbarrows around people's houses. And you didn't have the skips or nothing you do nowadays, a recycling place. And they say, have you anything for the bonfire? And you get rid of all your craps lying all year. People loved it. But all the skips came out there and recycling. I've done away with it. So she's not as big as I thought, really. She's up on a hill. Why have two, but? So that you see them palace we're looking outside, they're not built up yet. So you've got the inner circle, and them palace next side is yet to be built. But so it's not as wide as I thought. They're not using it yet. But they're doing the same idea. Furniture and all out there outside. Might go up and have a wee look. Personally speaking, when you lit a bonfire, it would always be on a hilltop. They light them today in housing estates. But the whole idea was when King William landed or invasion and stuff, you'd had these bonfires ready and it was a signal. And one was signaling from one mountain to another. So that's where the tradition comes from. That's a very good spot. Look at the view you have here. And you imagine now in the distant mountain you had another bonfire. And King William lands, you light that one, and then the next person lights theirs, and before you know it, we're up in Bangor now, of Fergus, where King William landed. And the man's in London now. They know William's on his way. It might have only took 12 hours before they knew that. Well, if you set the boy on a horse and cart, it could be 5 weeks. So that's the idea of the bonfires. So I think he said it was Whitehall. This is the original bonfire, he says. He doesn't know what the one below is all about. This is the original. You see, you know why all these organisations always split and all, don't they? Like, you know, right, ones all start shooting each other. You know, every time a peace process comes, half agree, half don't agree. That's from the very beginning. Once you had, when you had the original agreement, the Easter Rising, and Sinn Féin split into two groups, didn't they? Like, the Irish started shooting each other, you had the Civil War. And then whenever they come to the peace process, they split again. And then they start shooting each other. And then when the other half started, every time you got somebody who agrees to something, they split, they start shooting each other. These bonfires is like a split. Aye, we disagreement. Because it all started off in a bar, you know. But they've definitely got the best palates. But then that's the original. Maybe they have a way of going into industrial estates and getting boys to volunteer their palates. While the ones down here, they might be younger boys. And they have to fetch and carry all their crap. But there you are now. A wee bit of, what do they call it, Lena? Culture. A wee bit of culture there. No garden waste. They don't take any shitty rubbish here, you know. They pick, no dumping now. So they've got enough of stuff. They don't want no more out sofas and stuff. All organised up this way. No more dumping, no garden waste. There's a wee table and all. There's a wee mural there, the Queen there. I never knew they had paintings up this way. What's Red Hand Commando territory here, Lena? Few buntings. So I head back now, we're going now. So you're going to go for a wee walk in the woods, you don't know what you're going to find. Or some people couldn't wait. So, see what they used to do as well, don't know if they still do it with health and safety. They used to, you imagine like a bonfire, you need air to go up the middle. That works well with the pallet. But what they would have done years ago, they would have built a wee fort in the middle. And built around it. Imagine you build a wee hut first and you build around it. It helps, it's like a wee flue. And the boys then would have to guard these bonfires because ones will come and try and set them alight. whether it be Catholics or all rival Protestants, ones would come and try and set them alight. And so they were slept inside them, carried them overnight. And you know, it was rain, you go inside, but probably like, you know, fairly well, they started drinking and then they fell asleep and then ones get killed, like. So then they had to stop that business. There's a wee bit of path here now. We're going to find out where the locals go in a wee path here in front. So before that gets finished, there'll be a wee mini fires at the side, and boys will be sitting keeping an eye on those bonfires. Just to pass the summertime. If the summer holidays were shorter, then the bonfires wouldn't be as big. But it kept ones busy over the summer holidays. But nowadays it's gone overboard now, like, and the drinking's the main thing that puts people off, and all the roundness afterwards. There's a proper set of gates into this park over there. We'll find out where this goes here now. It has to go to the castle. Because these ones that live in these houses aren't going to drive down to the castle, are they? Like, they're going to come in here. So there's a proper wee path there, boys. Them gates looked like original gates there, you know. They look like original gates to the original castle. No sign of a proper laneway on this way, Lynette. But what you call a proper laneway? Probably gravel and stay. Hard to know. Footpaths are everywhere here. And that's nice in here now, like. A wee squirrel over there, boys. You have seen that? I'm thinking they'll go to the higher path, the lower path. We'll go to the lower one. Higher ones could be too close to the leisure centre. You never know where you're going to end up. Well, Lynette! Well, this is in front of me. Lynette will love it in here. She will love it. And there's the only problem, is falling down trees. That last big storm. I don't know what they are. Couldn't be snowdrops. It looks like a wee bit like a snowdrop, you know. A snowdrop's out in January. I don't know what they are. They could escape from somebody's garden. But there's quite a few of them. A couple of puppies. How then? Well, no, this way. How then? See, yeah, there's two dog walkers there, locals. When I go somewhere, I always like to find out where the locals go, rather than the council. Things with signs, don't do this, don't do that. All the wee birds are singing. Hear the church bells. Some birds singing as a butterfly. Some birds singing in here. That's a nice wee walk here now, isn't it? So you start off near a bonfire, you think, oh, I'm going to stay away from there. Oh, birds are flying and everything. Luna didn't even see that bird. Birds flying everywhere. Now, I'm saying Luna's helping the birds to fly, but she's not chasing on them. There's no stones in this path, just clay. It's probably been used for generations here, boys. There's a proper path there now in front and some shrubs. So it must be now the proper part of the estate now, isn't it? So you could probably wander over, probably wee walks all around here, you know. Lena, come on, check out this wee one. Lena, if we stick these wee side ones here. So that's the main path down there. We're heading away from the castle that way, Pet. We need to go back this way. There's lots of doggies down here. How you doing?
Hello.
You got your wee stick, Pet? Let's see why you have all the dogs here all walking off the leads and all. No hassle. You go down the dog park, they're trying to rape Luna. This must have been something. You might have been a wee fountain or something in here at one time. Oh, hang on, it's a grave. This is graves. Never seen this before. 5th Baroness. Born the 3rd of May 1858. 1941 she died. The Baron. 27th of August 1852. The 4th of November 1916. He could have died in the war, you know, 1916. He could have, because all these big boys had to lead armies and all, didn't they? That's part of the conditions. So that's a wee graveyard there. But bearing in mind he's buried there in 1916, this was still their property. 1941. So she was probably struggling her last years, how remember this. World War II then, the army would have took this over. But after World War I, because so many people died, they couldn't get servants and stuff. Pay increased. So the state could have started falling to bits then. And then by the time we came to the war, then they handed it over then, sold that to the council or whatever. Hello, Bob.
Oh, you get to talk to girl.
That's a brilliant park, isn't it, Lena? Looks very hot down there. Trying to think where we are. There's a church down below now. There's private houses over there. I'm tempted to go all these wee side trails, you see, but you get lost. You don't know where you're coming or going. So sometimes it's handy just follow the odd wee path and then do them after. No! Actually, we could just zigzag. A wee path down this way. Luna loved. We're down this way. We're zigzag. Can you not get the wee squirrel? Do you know what's going to happen if you get that squirrel? You don't want to get the squirrel, Pet. Oh, I wouldn't be speaking for you for years. I'll tell you. Be back to the rehoming centre. All right, honey. Let up! Let up! Luna loves it here, so she does. Run! Run! And that's better than a dog park. Look at the excitement she's having here, running around the trees and all. There wee shrubs and all down here in flower. You're always amazed how many flowers one bush can produce. These like a proper flower and you got full trees full of them. That's not just one flower there, like, that's a whole pile of flowers. Amazing, isn't it? Wee bees and all around it. Let's see if we get some of these bees. I'll extend this handle. People will want to see bees and the wee flowers. He's behind, he's behind. There's nothing like a nice warm day and the buzz of wee bees. They're not wasps. I don't like wasps flying around me. I've got a wasp nest in my shed. Don't know what to do with it now, like. Would have to pick my shed up. What's the size of that one there, boys? That's a big one there. That's getting some feed there. Look, it's a pretty size of one. Oh, that one there's going to be full all day there now, look. Oh, look at all the size of that wee one there, the difference. Do you get baby bees, do you? Do they actually grow in different sizes? Luna, you're missing all this excitement here, pet. You're that busy looking at squirrels, you're missing the bees. There's plenty of bees activity going on here. Look at them wee weedy plants there, that must be a wee boggy bit of ground there. So you don't have to go to London Kew Gardens, just come to Belfast Castle. It's free as well, free. Oh, that's beautiful there. You can have a wedding photograph taken under that. Now, a wedding camera would get better images than my wee action camera, but that's beautiful in real life there. If Luna was under that there, now you could get a nice picture. You wouldn't get her underneath it. You might get her climbing up it after a squirrel, but you'll not get her underneath. Luna! We've lost Luna. She's having that much fun, like the wee thing. She's having that much fun. So, that's the castle itself over there. And there's a sign over here to the wall garden. I'd rather do the castle first when there's not many people here, but the place is packed. And the size of that big tree there, boys. We're going to look at the wee... Oh, you got a wee friend. You got a wee friend. You got a wee chissy. Got a wee chiss. Luna's having so much fun here. We're going the wrong way now, actually, but what odd. That's some size of tree down there. Luna, come on, look at the big tree. Hold on. This tree over here is a sign. I know there's a tree here, and King William tied his horse. Now, will you believe it or not, like with King William even tie a knot, he'd probably get somebody else to tie a knot for him. But apparently King William, I know there's a tree here somewhere. I don't know if it's it. No, that's not it. It's just telling you they're not cutting the grass probably, and there's weeds growing for wildlife. Save the council some money. But I know there's a tree here somewhere. Is it on this ground? There's a tree somewhere I've seen, and there's not much to it, but King William tied his horse to it. Now if you want to come up here yourself and look for it, there definitely is a tree here somewhere. Native wild flowers. So buttercups. Insects such as butterflies, birds such as yellow hammer, and many different mammals all want these wee buttercups. I like my garden to grow a wee bit wild. Not as tall as that now, because wee snails move on. They have cut all these buttercups down here, boys. Come on, look at the wildness! Luna! Oh, Luna's away by herself. She loves Bangor Castle. She's over there. Luna! Mom! Yeah, maybe we should have stuck to the main paths to begin with. We're going down to the castle. Well, no rush. We're going down to the castle. We'll take a look at the castle, and then we'll start doing the gardens going by the formal paths, and then we'll fill in between. But Luna's got energy to get rid of, you see. See how to get rid of it. Well, so let's go down this trail now. Got that nice wee tree there. Oh, it's got a wee plaque on it. Oh, it's one of them wee codes. Life's ditch. That's a D, it's not a B. So if you want to scan that code there, how to scan that, it's hard to see. It may have been painted white at one time. Very hard to see now. But you can scan that and get a full history of that wee tree there. You see when they planted the seeds of that wee tree, it probably came here by sailing ship. And the boys in wee cold pens signed for it and paid for it, and probably gold bars. They had never no idea that bands would come along with smartphones and scanning a wee QR code to find out the history of it. But there's a lot of places you go, National Trust properties, and you pay to go into the gardens and stuff. They're not as nice as us. And you bring your wee dog off the lead. And there's public toilets here. The toilets in the walled gardens are clean, because inside a wee building and they're looked after. The toilets here are oldie, next to the castle. Don't know how clean they are, but they're just oldie. Plenty of parking at the leisure centre. Before the leisure centre was built, it would have been tight for parking here. There's a wee museum up here. I think it's free to get in there. Never been in it. But it's going to be local stuff on it. But then again, I see if the museum told you the history of the castle, it might do that, you know. I'd be interested in the history of the castle. Luna, car! Luna, car! There's a habit of getting run down. Hold up. Now, there's a wee castle itself now. Should I say big castle? This car park is for visitors to North Down Museum only. So if you're coming to walk your dog, don't park here. As you're coming to look at the museum, and there's a wee open sign over there. Sometime in the afternoon now, we're down at the bottom of the house. There's the house above the clock tower and all. There's the wee toilets. And I knew there was a tree here. So there's the main avenue going up and down, and there's the town down below. And I knew there was a tree here to do with King William. I think it's over here. Now bear in mind that, imagine you're in a house now. A lot of Irish history was passed down through word of mouth. So King William comes along, he ties his horse to a tree, he visits the house because he needs fed. King William probably going there for a wee cup of tea, spend the night, and then they're walking all about and all about his state. So you can well believe that King William did stop off here. Bearing in mind the place was full of big houses, you could stop off with any one of them. But apparently he came here. Why he didn't take the horse up to the stable block, I don't know. But he tied his horse out here somewhere and decided to walk up. I don't know what the reason. Maybe there's thousands of people come to see him. The wee tree is long gone. But the person, if you imagine something happened in your family, like, imagine, just take anybody. Imagine King Charles arrives at your house and he has parked his car where your car's parked. You would tell your children, the grandchildren, to pass on down. Actually, it's well believable, even if you don't have no photographs of the occasion. So I think there's a wee plaque. I think this is where King William tied his horse to this tree. Now the tree is not much left of it. You go back to 1688, 1690. Under the shadow of this ancient tree, under the shadow, it's a hot day. Under the shadow of this ancient tree, Field Marshal Frederick or something, Duke of, see all these rare names, why can't it just be Tom? Pitched his headquarters. So he pitched his headquarters, nothing to do with King William. But your man pitched his headquarters, so that means there's a whole lot of wee tents and all. August the 13th, 1689. This big house mightn't even been here. On his march from Groomsport to Carrickfergus, which he captured, and when in the following year he joined forces with King William III, Prince of Orange, and fell gloriously at the Battle of the Boyne. So in other words, he got killed at the Battle of the Boyne, fighting in defence of the Protestant faith, King William III. It's nothing to do with the house. Nothing to do with the house. House wasn't there. This was a field, probably a whole pile of trees and all, and he just needed somewhere to put up his tents and all. So King William wasn't actually here. A boy who's helping King William. I wasn't far out. I can't remember everything, like. You know, I'm not an encyclopedia, but I wasn't far wrong, like. But that is the actual tree. But saying the tree is not really the thing. Whereas the rest of us just plain field. You know, they're putting up tents here. We canvas things probably. Come on now, Lena. Where are we going to go now? We're going to go then to another wee park now, so we are. So we'll circle around the back of this again, one last wee walk back to the car. I want to try the sniffs. There's not as many dogs here now. It's brown this morning, piles of dogs. And a big heavy rain was starting to come on. I thought she needs cooled off, so that's when I brought it back out of the car. A couple of doggies over there being restrained, one by the collar, the other one's free ranging, but they look like they're going to carry, and one of them was running in the front of the traffic lane. That's why it's been restrained. So we'll just head back to the car now. We've found the wee tree. We've been around most of the place.